Mother of one of the two Orange Farm children who were found murdered yesterday says she doesn't know who would want to harm her child. 8-year-old Mpho Makondo was found naked a few meters from where her friend's body was discovered. Newzroom Afrika's Malungelo Boy joins us now from Orange Farm. A very good morning to you, Malungelo. Now, you have been there throughout the morning. You've spent some time speaking to the residents, and now you've had a chance to speak to the mother of one of those victims.
That's right. In fact, Mpho Makondo says that she really doesn't know who would want to harm her child. I spoke to her. Let's take a listen.
So ufuna bathini? Ufuna ntoni bo? Ngifuna ukuthi labantu laba benze lento le babophiwe or otherwise umphakathi ubabulale.
Well, Malungelo, just listening to that bite, we can almost feel the pain of the mother of 8-year-old Mpho. She seems like she actually wants justice to be served, and she's even advocating for matters to be taken into the residents' hands if the police don't do what they're supposed to do.
That's right. In fact, let's give you a quick translation of what she was saying to me, Kiwi, is that she first described her child as a loving child and a clever child, saying that it still feels so unreal. It feels like she's dreaming that her daughter has been murdered. And of course, saying that she'd want to see those who actually killed her child, in fact, being murdered like what they did to her children. In fact, everyone that we've spoken to in this particular community is shocked and angry over what happened, because they're saying that this incident is in fact the second incident in the same area where children have been found murdered, saying that the first incident in fact occurred in March where another young boy was found murdered. And residents are saying that in fact these two kids that were found murdered yesterday, they did not have any marks on their bodies, and so they're still trying to figure out how in fact these children were killed. But another development residents were telling me, were saying that on the second body that was found, that was of a boy who we believe is 6-year-old, he was found half naked. He still had his pants on as compared to Mpho Makondo, who was found naked. They're saying that the body of the young boy, actually there was a note that was next to him. That note, they're saying that it had a list of people's names. Now, they're not saying much about that list to us as to who would have put in that, who would have left, in fact, that list. They believe, some say that it could have been the people that have actually committed the crime, and believe also that that list contains some of the people that they believe will be targeted by those who carried out this, this killing of these two children.
And earlier on when we spoke, Malu, we saw some children actually playing just behind you. How comfortable are parents now allowing their children to continue playing in the streets like they normally do, especially in light of this incident?
Well, residents are angry and also very anxious about what happened here. I mean, I spoke to one of the parents, was actually saying that she is actually not comfortable in sending her children into the streets now, and that she will actually keep her children home, because what happened here has actually made her to be very uncomfortable. And I mean, people will tell you that children would normally play freely on the streets, and that's also what we've been seeing since our arrival here. We've been seeing children playing comfortably on the streets, and of course I think some of the children are very curious to hear as to what happened here, because of the incident that happened yesterday. But also I think it is very important, Q, to state that this residents are saying that in March there was another incident that occurred here. But remember also in June there was also a 3-year-old child that was found murdered in an open field also here in Orange Farm. So residents are saying that then this brings to 4 the number of children that have been killed in this particular community this year.
And Malungelo, just lastly, do we know when perhaps the post-mortem results might come out? And just speaking to the previous cases that you've mentioned in the same area, have police made any headway with those investigations?
Q, there's a bit of distraction, so I'd want us to end really this conversation as soon as we can. Okay, I think they're moving away. So what police have essentially said to us, Q, was that they're still actually waiting for postmortem results to determine exactly how these children were actually killed. And I suppose that's what members of this particular community also want to see. They also want to know how these children were killed, because the people that saw the children saying that there were no visible marks on them.
Very much for that update, Malu. Please do stay safe as you continue to report on that story for us. That's our reporter Malungelo Boy, who was coming to us live from Orange Farm, where he spoke to the mother of 8-year-old Mpho Makondo, who was found naked just a few meters away from where her friend, who is a boy, was found also killed in Orange Farm.